welcome to my channel. Today I'm super excited because I'm going to be doing a story time video, and I've never done one of these before, and they're some of my favorite videos to watch, so I decided I was going to do one today. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a huge thumbs up, and if you're new here, make sure to click the subscribe button that will be floating around somewhere down here, and we're just going to go ahead and get started. The story time video is a much more of a funny video than like a serious, like I almost got kidnapped story time. And this is actually a hilarious story. So it all starts off, I think it was 2009 or 2010. My brother's birthday and my birthday are like a day apart. My birthday is February 15th and his is on the 17th. So we're like a day apart, and we would always get the Monday, the week of our birthdays, we would always get that Monday off because it's President's Day. And my birthday is actually on President's Day this year, so I get my birthday off. But we used to live in Kansas City, which is about 7 hours away from the Mall of America, and so we would go to the Mall of America for our birthdays. This happened, we did this 2 years in a row. So we would like leave on like a Friday night or whatever and drive up there, and then Saturday, Sunday we would go shopping at the mall, and then on that Monday, since we had off school, we would come back. And that was like our little thing that we did for like 2 years in a row, and it was super fun. We loved it. So I don't remember exactly what day this was on. I want to say it was like towards the very end. If you don't know Minnesota, if you've never been there before, you don't know. Very snowy. Yes, very snowy. There was a huge blizzard that night, and we were like stuck in the middle of it. It started not pouring snow. It started snowing really hard, and then when we were like right before we started leaving. So the snow was pretty deep. I want to say it was probably like 2 feet, maybe I'm totally exaggerating. I don't really remember. This was like 7 years ago. So anyway, we're driving home. We're getting ready to get onto this on-ramp to get on the highway. And the way it is there's this like, it's one of those like circle on-ramps where you have to drive this way and you come around here, and then the rest of the highway is going like that. And I think that's the way it was going. So we're like turning onto this on-ramp. The highway is like dead, of course. I mean, there's a huge like hazard in driving, and the snowplows hadn't really gotten through yet. So probably like half the snow was cleared off of the road, but snowplows hadn't gotten to the highway yet. Anyway, so we're getting on this on-ramp, and there's this guy in this like gold minivan, and he's standing outside of his car, and he has this huge fur leopard coat on. It is so long. It's like all the way down to his like halfway down right here. Like halfway down his calf. It is this like huge coat, and he's seriously standing in the back of his van going like this when we're pulling up, and we're all just kind of like, what are you doing, dude? So weird. And so the guy comes like running up to my dad, to like the driver's side of the car, and my dad like rolls down his window, and the guy's like, I can't get my car out, it's stuck, help me. And we're like, are you kidding me? Like, oh my gosh, we're starving. We had just coming back from the mall. We were gonna go get dinner and go home, and go to our hotel. And we're like, are you kidding me? And so my dad's in this like a nice coat, nice shoes. Again, it's still coming down. Snow is falling pretty hard still. And so my dad gets out of his car, and he starts like helping the guy, and then this other car pulls up behind us, and the man gets out and starts helping the guy in the leopard coat try to push his car out of the snow. And so they have both doors, the driver's door and the passenger side door swung open, and they're pushing on the door to try to get the car unstuck. And they're out there for like an hour, you guys, and it was just hilarious because this guy was like in this weird like MACKLEMORE thrift coat, okay, just like what, so weird. And so they're out there for like an hour, and then they finally get the car unstuck, and my dad gets back in the car. Looks like he had just jumped in a lake, like dripping with water because it was snowing so hard. His shoes are like ruined. And so the guy in the minivan is in front of us, and then there's our car, and then there's this other guy's car behind ours. And so the guy in the minivan starts pulling onto the highway, and we get on the highway, and funniest thing I've probably ever seen in my life. He's like hanging out the side of his driver's door. He's driving with one hand on the steering wheel. Keep in mind, it's still pouring snow. Pouring snow isn't a term, but you know what, I'm gonna go with it. Anyway, it's coming down, the snow's still falling. This highway is still like covered in snow. He's like hanging on to the wheel with one hand, and he's like hanging out the door. His door is like flung wide open. He's like hanging onto the door and he's going like this, like driving his car down the highway. In his fur coat, let me tell you, in his fur coat. And so we were all like, what is this wacko dude doing now? And we realized that his car door probably got broken because they were pushing on the doors to try to get the car out. So the door was probably broken. He probably wasn't able to close it. So that is the story time. I have no idea what I'm going to call this video. I just think it's hilarious. Just the sight of this guy in his fur coat hanging out the window, hanging out the door with one hand on the steering wheel, one hand on the door. It's like pouring snow. That's not a term once again, but the snow is just coming down. We're in the middle of this blizzard. It was so funny. And that's my story time of whatever I'm going to call this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want more story time videos, please let me know in the comments down below. I would love to do them. I have a really good Taylor Swift concert story time, so if you'd like to hear that, give the video a thumbs up, comment down below. I can totally do that for you. And thanks so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!